penetration against, well, all the active protection systems of modern 100 meters. The main task of the robotic vehicle is offensive reconnaissance, where it helps save lives of servicemen. Such an IFV can be used for fire support of motorized infantry in the most dangerous situations. For example, it can head convoys in offensive, battle in dense urban environment, as well as conduct combat missions on the front line together with tank units.
О, сейчас будет забавно.
While we're waiting for the BMP-3 to leave the firing range, we would like to draw your attention to the next episode. And the next stage of the demonstration starts differently because we're not expecting any vehicle to appear. Please take a look at the field. There, on both sides of the range, are two mortar systems, namely two S4 tulpan or tulip flower. Here it goes, self-propelled mortars. The muzzle speed of the bomb not exceed 360 meters per second. We can literally see with our naked eye how the bomb leaves the muzzle and flies. It takes roughly a minute for the bomb to reach the target. The target is at a distance of about 6,000 meters today. Now we're going to see the crew reload the tulpans. Let's see the operation. The Tulpan mortar can fire high-explosive bombs out to a distance of over 9.6 kilometers. Today the targets are located at a distance of 6 kilometers, as I said. I guess that on the screen you can see from the drone filmed the impact of the first bombs that were fired. So while we have some time for reloading, the Tulpan 240 mortar systems are the largest caliber self-propelled mortars in Russia, and they can be used for engagement of all types of ground targets, fortifications, dislocation points of manpower, armor and weapon systems, as well as highly protected objects that cannot be destroyed using other types of artillery. Besides standard mortar shells that are fired today, the 2S4 system employs rocket-propelled rounds with a maximum range of 18,000 meters, but also adopted the Smelchak course-corrected bombs. I think you should be ready for fire for the second time. Let's wait for the moment and try to see the bomb leaving the muzzle. The mortar carries 20 HE bombs and 10 rocket-propelled projectiles. The chassis of the system is armored and provides ballistic protection against armor-piercing bullets of 7.62 millimeter caliber and shrapnel. It also boasts good mobility with a 520 horsepower turbocharged V-shaped 12-cylinder diesel engine, running gear with 6 road wheels, with a sprocket located in front and individual torsion bar suspension. Let's express thanks to the crews of the mortars who demonstrated how professional and experienced they can work. Let's continue with big caliber artillery, and here come the 2S7M Malka modernized 203mm self-propelled guns. Such type of artillery is very powerful and proved to be effective in combat. The 2S7M self-propelled gun is designed to destroy and suppress enemy weapons, destroy field and long-term shelters, engage manpower and equipment in areas of concentration and at positions of deployment. The Malka is a modernized version of the 2S7 Pion or Peony, another flower in Russian self-propelled gun. As part of the Malka project, the chassis underwent greatest modifications. While maintaining the main design features of the Pion chassis, a number of new elements have been introduced, and therefore the mobility of the self-propelled gun has been increased, its operation has been simplified, and its resource has also increased. Now the chassis provide for a mileage of 10,000 kilometers instead of 8,000 kilometers for the basic version. The Malka SPG has an armored hull with spaced umbrine welded from sheets of up to 16 meters thickness. The layout of the SPG remained the same, with the front location of the three-seat control compartment. Then comes the power pack compartment, and the gun crew is at the rear. The new V84 MB-type multi-fuel diesel engine, yielding 840 horsepower, is installed. The new, more powerful engine boosted mobility characteristics of the Malka self-propelled gun, both on highway and off-road, compared to the basic version. The main weapon of the 2S7M self-propelled gun is the 2A44 rifled gun of 203 mm caliber. The gun mount received sector-type aiming mechanisms. They ensure firing sectors of 30 degrees in azimuth, while gun elevation angles are up to 60 degrees. The gun is equipped with an advanced loading mechanism. The loading tray now moves in two dimensions, and the round is chambered at any elevation angle. There is no need to return the barrel to a predetermined position for reloading, which made it possible to increase the rate of fire to 2.5 rounds per minute. The ammunition load has doubled in the modernized version to 8 rounds. The most important innovation was introduction of automated means of communication and control. The combat vehicle receives data from a senior battery officer in an automatic mode. The data obtained are displayed on digital screens installed at the workplaces of the commander and gunner of the self-propelled gun. In the modernized model, the crew has been reduced from 7 to 6 people. Standard time for deployment and preparation for combat work has been reduced by 30% to about 6 minutes. So now we see that it only takes 6 minutes for deploy the vehicle. I think that this experienced crew makes it even faster today. The Malka 2S7M self-propelled gun can fire standard 203 mm high-explosive rounds with a total weight of 110 kilos out to a distance of 37.5 kilometers, but also rocket-assisted HEF projectiles that weigh 103 kgs and have a maximum range of 47 kilometers. Obviously, we're not going to show the firing of this system today. And now when the Malka self-propelled guns are leaving, here comes the next system, and it is taking the stage is the Iskander short-range ballistic missile system. The Iskander is designed to effectively distract high-value pinpoint and area targets in the tactical depth of the enemy. It is capable of handling missions in all theaters of operation, in any weather, any season, day and night, with a high probability of combat mission accomplishment in conditions when the enemy actively uses traditional and precision-guided weapons, missile defense and air defense systems. To operate this system, no launch inside preparation, no service support, as well as no launch weather support are required. The Iskander is a system that incorporates different elements. The launching vehicle with 2 missiles is present here today and is going to show us the deployment process. But the system also includes transporter loading vehicles, command and control facilities, maintenance and repair equipment as well. The Iskander boasts several advantages that give it a significant competitive edge. First of all, it is high firepower of a missile attack, as there are 2 missiles on one launcher, and they can fire a salvo of 2 missiles against one target to make sure it destroys it, or against 2 different targets. So right now the missiles are starting to appear from its traveling positions, from its traveling containers, and while they are being erected one after another, it becomes evident that these 2 vehicles are of different systems. The one on the left is the Iskander E, where E means export version. The system to your right is Iskander K, featuring cruise missiles. All the features and specs provided today are about the Iskander E only because we are Rosabar an expert and market these type of ballistic missile systems. Another advantage of the Iskander ballistic missile system includes a wide list of targets that can be engaged. It is very wide because of the capabilities of the missiles, numerous various warheads that are employed, high accuracy and reliability of the missiles, as well as the ability of the missile to overcome hostile missile defenses. Also, introduction of command and control automation facilitates timely and covered delivery of missile strikes, which is also augmented by the fact that the missiles are staying in the traveling position while the firing data is being prepared. So the vehicle can look perfectly ordinary and peaceful, but be preparing for the combat mission. Another advantage of the system is its high mobility, both tactical and strategic. The maneuverability of the launcher is exceptional due to all-terrain cross-country chassis, and strategically the system can be transported by all means of transport. Not the least is good growth potential of the missile system, which may include upgrade opportunities of warheads, improvements to firing accuracy, and others. The missile used is solid propellant, single stage, guided throughout the entire flight path with an inertial airborne control system with an integral warhead that is not separated in flight. As for penetrating anti-missile defenses of the enemy, the capabilities of the Iskander E missiles are outstanding due to the following: intense maneuvering during the boost stage, low-altitude missile flight trajectory, the apogee of the missile is only 50 kilometers, low radar contrast achieved by using special composite materials, and also intense maneuvering on the terminal stage. According to Western classification, the Iskander E is rather called a quasi-ballistic missile system and not a truly ballistic because of the low trajectory of the missile and possibility of intense maneuvering. To widen the capabilities of target engagement, there are 10 types of warheads developed for the Iskander E missiles, 5 types of cluster warheads and 5 types of unitary warheads. Just to name them. Types of missiles with cluster warheads include non-contact fuse fragmentation, impact action fragmentation, shape charge fragmentation, fuel-air explosive, and warheads with self-homing submunitions. Types of missiles with unitary warheads are high explosive fragmentation, HEF with optical seeker, bunker busting penetration, bunker busters with optical seeker, as well as high explosive incendiary. Here is another system that comes on stage, a well-known S-300 air defense missile system. So this is the launcher of the S-300V air defense missile system, the latest modification of the S-300V family offered on export is the NT-4000. The NT-4000 air defense missile system is capable of engaging all types of most challenging targets, including stealth-type aircraft, ballistic and cruise missiles, AWACS aircraft, and loitering ECM aircraft. The maximum engagement range of aerodynamic targets is 380 kilometers, and altitude of engagement is from 25 meters to 33,000 meters. For ballistic targets, the killing envelope is 45 kilometers in range and up to 27 kilometers in altitude. Maximum speed of engaged ballistic targets is 4,800 meters per second. Just imagine being able to intercept a missile so fast. The system includes several vehicles, all produced on tracked chassis featuring great mobility and cross-country capabilities, namely launch vehicles, launcher loaders, a command post vehicle, 2 radars of circular and sector surveillance, as well as a multi-channel missile guidance station. At the moment, we can see only the launcher that carries 2 missiles, 9M82ME or 9M82MDE. The 2-stage missiles are designed to destroy medium-range ballistic missiles, theater, tactical and aeroballistic missiles, all types of aerodynamic targets, including special-purpose ones like reconnaissance, AWACS, ECM aircraft, that operate at distances of up to 200 kilometers for the 9M82ME missile and up to 380 kilometers for 9M82MDE missile. Maximum speed of the missiles themselves is 2,600 meters per second. We can see the system deploying for action, lowering the launching tubes. The deployment time for both launcher and launcher loader is about 6 minutes. The anti-4000 ADMS employs also smaller missiles, 9M83ME, that are carried in 4s on the launcher. These missiles are 2-stage and designed to destroy aerodynamic targets, including low-flying and maneuvering ones with overloads of up to 12 G, as well as aeroballistic and tactical ballistic missiles. They perform efficiently in the environment of active radio countermeasures of the enemy. The maximum speed of the missiles is 1,700 meters per second. The anti-4000 ADMS's key advantages, besides its outstanding engagement capabilities, are its high mobility and short reaction time, possibility of autonomous operation, but also its great adaptability to existing air defense systems of the customer as a whole system, or possibility of integration of its elements. I really highly recommend you to visit the venue of Almaz Antey at the Patriot Park Exhibition Center, where the complete set of the anti-4000 ADMS, including missiles and surveillance radars, is displayed. And there you will be able to get more information on the system. Characteristics and performance of all the components of the system are impressive. For example, the circular surveillance radar detects and identifies targets at distances of up to 500 kilometers and altitudes of up to 60 kilometers. It tracks up to 250 targets simultaneously. The sector surveillance radar is an effective solution for timely detection of ballistic missiles and other aerial targets with a radar cross-section of 0.02 square meters, which roughly corresponds to a goose-sized bird, so small. The maximum range of detected targets is 400 kilometers and altitude is 240 kilometers. The radar can detect up to 7 types of targets, and the total number of targets detected simultaneously is 120. This radar, the sector radar, can operate either under control of the command post or autonomously in the given sector. The sector surveillance radar is capable of detecting small-size, high-speed targets, including medium-range ballistic missiles, with a period of 1 to 2 seconds. Such a rate eliminates the possibility of confusing routes in difficult air situations and timely provide the launchers with the necessary data. Moreover, the radar boasts high jamming resistance. In brief, the principle of operation of the system is the following. The command post gets all the information from numerous sources, processes it, classifies targets, assigns priority for engagement and distributes targets. The multi-channel missile guidance station receives target designation data from the command post, carries out a reconnaissance and locks on targets fully automatically or with a man in the loop. Then the target designation data is transmitted to the launchers. The launchers calculate the boundaries of the engagement zone for the assigned targets, prepare missiles for launch, issue flight missions for surface-to-air missiles, activate and turn antennas of the illumination stations. After the missile is launched, at the flight control stage, the launcher generates radio correction commands. A few seconds before impact, the illumination station of the launcher activates, together with the missile seeker. At the terminal stage, the radio fuse activates and rolls the missile in such a manner so as to ensure the directed flow of fragments after explosion of the warhead. Such a directed flow detonation increases lethality of the warhead by almost 6 times. When the warhead is detonated, a mixture of lightweight and heavy fragments is formed. Lightweight fragments are effective at engaging aerodynamic targets, while heavier ones can initiate detonation of the ballistic missile warhead. While the S-300V launcher is returning to the traveling position, I would like to draw your attention to the next episode. It is going to take place in the field at the distance of about 400 meters to the left of the firing lines. Here you can see a black square, and I think the cameras will show you it on display. And the episode demonstrates operation of the new explosive reactive armor developed by Research Institute of Steel, or NII Stali in Russian, for protection of lightly armored vehicles like IFVs and APCs, but can also be installed on heavier armor like tanks. The specialists have prepared an anti-tank grenade launcher. They're going to fire an RPG-7 round, namely PG-7VS, so a standard high-explosive anti-tank round. The target is 30 meters farther in the field and represents an imitation of an armored hull protected by a container with a Forum-2022 ERA element. So now, yes, on the screens, I guess you can see the imitation of a tank hull with protection, with ERA protection, and an RPG. Let's watch its operation. Well, it's a bit smoky. Oh, great. So the task is fulfilled. We can see how efficiently the ERA stops the shaped charged warheads of an anti-tank weapons. This new 4S24 ERA protection consists of 4 different types of containers designed specifically for the side and frontal projections as well as the turret. Depending on the type, the container weight varies from 19 to 53 kgs. The total weight of the add-on ERA kit is 4,200 kilos. This is the replay, right, from another camera. The total kit covers up to 70% of the turret and up to 62% of the sides. The 4S24 ERA provides protection against anti-tank grenades with the armor penetration of up to 500 millimeters of steel. Moreover, these new elements feature better fireworthiness and do not detonate or burn upon heat of armor-piercing incendiary cartridges of 7.62, 12.7 and 14.5 millimeter calibers, but also armor-piercing rounds of 23 and 30 millimeter calibers. The ERA can also cope with fragments of the exploded 125 millimeter HEF rounds or when exposed to the inflammable mixtures. Ladies and gentlemen, dear guests, this was the last episode of the demonstration for today. Rosaboronexport would like to express our appreciation to the Russian Ministry of Defense and military industrial companies for this demonstration, for their help, for the material they offered, thanks to everybody who attended this event. To get more information about all the material present and other equipment of the Russian production, we invite you to Rosaboronexport Pavilion at the Patriot Park. Thank you once again and enjoy your stay at the Army 2022 International Military Technical Forum.